happy Friday. It's Friday again. And it's only, 24 days to Christmas. Oh! Who's got the Christmas tree up, seriously?
I didn't. It didn't work. I didn't put it up in the house.
So, tonight we are joined by the one, the only, the beautiful Chrissie Walker from Entering the Unknown Paranormal. And here's Nicholas.
Blimey, Nick's on time. What happened there?
Hi, Sarah Louise. Do you know what it is? Know why Nick's early? It's because he's here to see Chrissie because he wants a date there. I think that's why he's here.
Baby blush.
Listen, Nick, I'll put a good word in for you, son. Don't worry. See you after. I'll message Chrissie, right?
Stop it! Baby blush.
Are there any woods near your house, Chrissie? Because if so, you'll be lurking in them.
I'll go with no for a minute.
So, how are you, Nicholas? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I just got back home from work, so I also just got another Christmas card from the Christmas card exchange, so I had to open that up real quick. So, but yeah, I'm doing really well though, and I gotta say this real quick, Chrissie, it's definitely good to see you again. What was it, like 3 years ago? I think the last time we spoke, like face to face. It was during that Christmas party that Gemma was having. I remember.
Yeah, it was Christmas before, wasn't it? It was a Christmas special.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, 3 years.
Oh, it's nice. Right, guys, first of all, I want to just kick off slightly different tonight, right? Tomorrow night, the Simply Spooky is hosting an event at the village church in Skegness. You can get a fish supper with them. The tickets are on sale. Contact myself, contact Viv, contact Andy, reach out. There's still tickets for tomorrow night, guys. It's worthwhile going. Seriously. If I'd known about it and planned it well, I would have went myself, but but definitely, guys, reach out without a shadow of a doubt. It'll be a good night. Plus, you've got the Dark Mirror Boys there. Who could resist the Dark Mirror Boys? Hi, Mark. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Alison, Eric, Nate, Sarah, Louise. So, Chrissie. How did the paranormal start for you, honey?
A long time ago, when I was a child, I had an experience. Basically, I was in my family home, and I saw this shadow walk across the top of the stairs with my brother. You know, everybody else was accounted for, but that's where it started from. From that moment on, I was interested in the paranormal. So, hang on, about 41 years ago, giving away my age now, but yeah. Old girl right here. But yeah, it's a very long time ago it all started. Very long time.
I would have said you were only 21, Chrissie.
Oh, I love you. Pay you later.
You know what? I get that myself too, except everyone thinks now that since I got a haircut now, everyone thinks I'm like 8 or 10. I mean, go on the Supernatural talk show that I do on Thursday nights. You hear that a lot.
Oh, he's only young anyway. Can't you tip a canoe?
Hey, Roger.
Oh my God, I cannot even tell you how long it's been since someone has called me that.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. See?
Lois,
just,
if you didn't know,
just say the right things.
Lois,
Oh, that
if you guys have, well, Lois, Ian, Brian, if you guys have never seen this, it's unfortunate. I don't know whatever happened to these guys, but there used to be another paranormal podcast show that Chrissy and I often watch. It was, I think, like 3 years ago now, which was, I don't know if you guys ever seen that show, Ghost Hunt Down. Did you guys ever watch that?
no.
Oh my God, you guys would have loved it. It was such a fun show. It was hosted by Chris and Jane Hunt. It was like your typical like paranormal game show. We make all these jokes and stuff like that. And then at one point, Chris and Jane ended up appearing on, well, not with Chrissy, but one of her other team members, Gemma, when they did the actual show, Entering the Unknown Paranormal. And all of a sudden, there's this whole talk that's going on about the Tippecanoe River. And next thing you know, they started calling me Nick Canoe as a result.
That's what I'll start calling you, Nick Canoe.
As our Scottish would say, Nicky knew.
Aye,
He's got a new title now, Nick Gorilla.
Nicky knew.
Nick Gorilla Canoe.
I'm gonna have to find. I'll have to. You know what? I'm sure there's still a couple clips out there of that show. If I'm able to find it, I'm definitely gonna send that to you guys in a heartbeat.
It was a good night. It was a good night. It was awesome.
But yeah, so tell us what got you into being like going out with teams, or is Entering Unknown Paranormal being your only team that you've ever been in, Chrissy?
It's the only team I've ever been in. I won a competition to go out on an investigation with them 4 years ago. And then I got asked to join the team by Andy. So, yeah, it was a good experience. We went to the Masonic Hall in Liverpool, and yeah, it was a good night. It was some fantastic stuff happened. We were quite limited though because the key holder was like, "Oh, you can't go in there. You can't go in there." And it was like,
Oh.
"All right then." Right, okay. But yeah, after that, I was asked to join the group. Yeah.
I mean, I hate see when people limit where you can go in that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I investigated Stirling Jail. It wasn't exactly anything to write home about, but it was nice to be in like a jail sort of setting.
Yeah.
The problem with Stirling Jail was we were only allowed the top and the bottom floor, because in the middle floor is council offices, so we couldn't
right.
get in there. And I felt really like kind of disappointed, because it was kind of like, I bet you the most activity will be in the middle, where
In the
you
middle
can't
bit,
get
yeah.
in. And
Yeah.
I just felt kind of weird. But it's like, as I said, it wasn't anything to write home about, but I like to experience it, the fact that I had been there. Don't get me wrong, the activity was quite funny. I don't know if I've ever told you, Chrissy, when I did Stirling Jail, when I went up the stairs, I felt sedated, and I was like, well, I don't feel right. And I thought, right, maybe I've not ate that much today, maybe I've not drank enough. So I went down the stairs to get my juice, felt fine. I'm like, that's fucking weird. But took a drink anyway, went back up the stairs. Nah, something feels quite off here, because I still feel like a sedated way. Went back down again. Nah, I feel fine. What the hell? So I went back up again, and I did an EVP. And hiya, William. And what I did was I said, was this where you got sedated? And the EVP answer was hilarious. Came back, fuck you, you bastard. Clear as a bell. I was in stitches. Honestly, I was crying, literally crying with tears, and we couldn't do it EVPs for half an hour because all we did, every time I kept trying to talk, I kept laughing during the EVP. You can hear me actually laughing. And I was like, oh wow, but it was just how clear it came through. I was fucking
Wow.
back. I was like, wow, what did I mean for that one?
What an EVP to have! Way!
Oh, it's not the first time I've been swore at. Fuck. I've been called everything but the kitchen sink. I'm like, did they know me?
It was a message from the building.
Are you boys get any questions for Chrissy?
Be
Oh,
gentle.
What's the most weirdest experience you've ever had?
Weirdest experience. It would have to be the abandoned building, the Ivy House. It's sort of well known in the urban exploring world and paranormal world. There was just this one room that I would not go into. Love nor money. I went to step foot in it, and it was like something was holding me back, and I couldn't do it. And it was just like, really don't like this room. I really, really don't like this room. But yeah, it really sort of got the hairs on the back of my neck going, and I'm not usually like that, but it just felt depressing and horrible, like something was, ready to get me. But yeah, that's the weirdest place, and yeah, I feel horrible talking about it, but yeah, it's yeah, I didn't like that at all.
What's your favourite location?
Favorite location would have to be, just trying to think of all the ones I've been to. I would say it's a place called Burgess Farm. It was like a band. Have you heard of it?
What is
No.
it called?
Where?
No, it was a grade 2 listed farm. It was in the middle of this brand new housing estate. They literally just built around it.
Is that the one in Rotherham?
No, I want to say Little Hutton.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that one has got to be one of my top places. That's yeah, but they've knocked it down now, and it's not good.
Oh, it's not there anymore?
No, it's not there. They've actually managed to knock it down and build a few more houses now.
Oh,
So
I think that's so sad when that happens. See, when they have such buildings. Like, when I moved to North Ayrshire, there was a asylum that my first team had been to, and I really, really wanted to go. But it's now all houses, and I think that's so sad to knock such buildings down to, that history.
yeah.
What happened with that is the farm owner owned the land and he built an estate round him, but he didn't attain permission. So they put compulsory purchase on most of buildings and houses, and it took quite some time because he'd actually sold a lot. So they've got to repossess him, which didn't go down really well. But,
excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
One's a wish, another tunic, and I'll give you a kiss, son. Listen, don't worry, Chrissy, you'll get a kiss too.
That's what she was worried about.
Alison says, yes, I do. When I take pictures of spirits, I usually see writing in the grass, but can't make out the words, and I'm getting loads of spirits with guns. Ooh. Alison says, God bless you. Hi, Nigel. But yeah, Do you know, I used to love the wee rhymes that my gran used to say. One, do you know, I can't mind who's on Hello Sadie. I can't remember whose Facebook.
That's my daughter.
Oh, is that your daughter? Oh,
Yeah.
a special shout out to your daughter then. Hello Sadie. Welcome to the madhouse. We'll be gentle with your mum, promise.
Gentle.
I know how you're a wee delicate flower.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not if you're in a paranormal field, you ain't.
No.
No, if you had to pick somewhere famous to go, Chris, it could be anywhere in the world, right, to investigate, where would it be?
I'd want to go to Waverly Hills.
I knew you were going to say that one. I just knew it.
That's my top place as well.
I
Yeah.
say this a lot, but as someone who's been there twice now, it's definitely a place that does not disappoint.
Don't rub it in, Nick. Don't rub it in.
Yeah, cheers, Nick.
Well,
Thanks.
Well, no.
Yeah, rub it in, Nick.
No.
Let's boo the bastard. Boo!
No. In case you want to know, how active it is in a place like Waverly, yeah, it doesn't disappoint. I love Waverly.
Yeah, when me and Chris come over, you're going in the death corridor, mate. That's
The body shoot, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to go on that. Oh, yeah.
We'll lock him in there for the night. We'll just look at the rest of the place.
Well, hey, you're actually doing me a favor then, because guess what? The death tunnel is said to be just as active, so I would have the whole place to do an investigation just there completely by myself then.
Well, you can do that.
Is that right, Nick? I'd be going Superman doing it. Woohoo!
Yeah, you're not taking the skateboard, Lois.
While you were doing that lot.
2 seconds.
Eric's like, I'm going next year and putting Grizzly in the death tunnel. I actually first thought he was going to say send him to the death chamber or something.
Eric, you gave me a hard extra shove for myself.
I actually wanted to also say, this kind of goes back to what we were just talking about, about how certain locations and buildings are always, on some occasions are demolished. We were just talking about. Yeah. We actually just had a building like that 5 years ago that was just well, it's not fully demolished, but the main part of it was. And believe it or not, it was actually an active maximum security prison that we have here, which was Menard Correctional Center, which to this day, it's the second oldest operating prison in the state of Illinois. Prior to 1970, it used to be called Southern Illinois Penitentiary. It's in the southern part of the state. But even though it was still an active prison, it represented that part of, it was in Chester, Illinois. It represented Chester's history. And, and this was like a prison that was built with inmate labor. And I actually have a photo of it, of what it looks like. And although it's a maximum security prison, it's actually kind of a beautiful building. And there's no doubt in my mind that it's definitely haunted. Unfortunately, 5 years ago, they decided to tear down the main administration building because they claimed nobody was using it, which the least they could have done, in my opinion, even though, again, this was still an active prison, they at least could have put a fence around the remaining active areas and could have opened that main administration part of the. If no one was going to use it, why not turn it into a museum, or even try to open it for investigations? Because this was a prison that was built with inmate labor. The inmates built the prison, and that prison wasn't even fully completed until construction started back in 1878. Wasn't completed until 1889. So it's sad when you see such buildings like that torn down.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It is
And the
because of the
problem-
history.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Well, and what's so unique is you just saw with what it looked like prior to demolition, it had stone lines, it had skeleton keys, it had a sign of justice on it. One person actually described that Menard
Andy.
one person once described that the prison actually looked more like an ornate university than a maximum security prison. It did have that university look to it.
Mhm. I mean, the sad reality is, see, when you think about it, like, obviously I was telling you about Raven Park Asylum. The thing that I love to hear about the stories is afterwards how these people find their houses. And do you know what I learned recently? I learned the people that originally bought the houses after the houses were put up, after they knocked on the asylum, all the people that stay there now, there's none of the original owners. And it makes me wonder why. If there's activity. Because
because usually when they knock buildings down like that and build houses on them, I usually get a call.
Yeah.
If you need your house cleaned, phone Irene.
Oh, the amount of places that were like that, they've knocked down and built houses on them, and we've had contact and say, we've got an issue here. And I go, I'm not surprised.
Aye.
Yeah.
I've been waiting, so.
Yeah.
Right, you're awful quiet.
What?
You're awful quiet. That is with facts or questions or something.
I've been commenting, you know, fine, carry on. You know,
But no, it's a sad state of affairs when they knock down all these places. Because, there's your pal, Tom.
Pickle Tom! It's a long story, Chrissy. He also calls me another nickname, which is Pickle Nick.
Okay.
I'm going to say right now, because I know it's been such a long time since we've actually spoken, Chrissy, but I cannot tell you how many crazy nicknames have been put up with me for the last couple of years since the original one, Nick Canoe.
Chrissy, what I would be asking them there is, what did he do with the Gorilla Glue?
I think that might be for another show.
I think I need to move my show time to a suitable family hour. Family hour.
It does well. That's not
hey,
going to work
Kelly,
for me.
how you doing?
That won't work for me because it's the middle of the afternoon over
here. So, Chrissy, do you go out by yourself? See if you know with Dave and Andy, do you go out by yourself and investigate?
I don't usually. You know, I may have a wander around somewhere.
Joe.
But,
hey, Joe.
Hi. Yeah, no, I prefer to go out with the group. Yeah. Because
do you know? On you go, sweetie.
Oh no, go on, you go.
No, you go first, my honey.
I can't even remember what I was going to say. No, you go.
Chrissy will be like, "Fuck's sake! I've lost it." She's lost it. She's gone.
Back in the room. Back in the room. Right.
Come on, get it together, girl. You know I love you, Billy.
Oh, right.
I can't even remember what I was going to say now, Chrissy.
I have that effect on people.
Eric says, "Someone go, Andy."
This is almost just as crazy as the last night's show I did. The show I did last night was completely out of control. I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I ever did in my life.
Oh, gee.
There is no going, I can tell you that.
But I can imagine. But Nick, I've seen you come from being somebody who's so quiet to somebody that is so loud. I love it. It's like this almost party
That's
by you.
always-
That's
how-
because he met you, Lois. That's why.
You're right, because I don't give him a chance to be quiet. I'm like, you better give me something tonight, son.
He'd have to be louder, else no one would ever notice him speak.
I've got an idea for a show.
Awesome, what one?
Instead of Tales of the Unexpected, it could be Tales of the Dungeons.
Well, that's always a show. They always joke, Chrissy, that I've kidnapped them and I've put them in a dungeon. They were only guests, and then they came on as co-hosts.
Well, we were guests on other shows, and then you kidnapped us. Yeah.
I didn't kidnap you, I just guided you in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to work that out, Chrissy, as well.
I'm like,
Listen, it's coming up to Christmas.
Yeah, that is a different kind of show.
Different type of show. Yeah, you're right, Eric. So, you're right, Nick.
Yeah, I'm fine. Got chased
And
by
then
a
it
load
says
of
we got
cows.
chased by a load of cows in a field play tonight, going to do an investigation, so we had to go somewhere
Well,
else.
you know what? Getting chased by a load of cows is better than getting chased by wolves, because this is actually something that I don't know if you know about, Chrissy, but one of our other show hosts we have on this network, Jeremy York, he's been kind of using like a new type, not really a new type of paranormal tool, but it actually does work on some investigations. He actually uses a dog whistle. And the dog whistle, yeah, because the dog whistle, see, he would explain it better than I could, but a lot of times we often can't hear it, but it has kind of like that, I don't know, like almost white noise factor, I guess. Like, what, like same with dog, I mean, in the case of dogs, obviously, we're thinking, well, if dogs could hear it, can it be also possible that spirits might also hear it on the other side as well? Because for them, it'd be blaring out on the other side. But not Jeremy, but someone else that he knew did try that, and they paid the ultimate price for it. They decided to go out to a cemetery, which this was dark outside, by the way, and she blew the dog whistle. Man, she got more than just spirit, a lot of paranormal activity. All of a sudden, the footsteps start running. They start hearing these howls, and they start realizing there's a pack of coyotes running towards them.
Oh,
They ran. They got the hell out of there immediately. So, word of advice: if you ever try using the dog whistle for any investigation, make sure you're indoors. Don't ever use it at an outside location. Trust me, you will be sorry.
oh my god.
do you know, it's quite funny, because I love when I used to do investigations. Due to health now, I don't really do investigations anymore, but I used to love it when they see the trigger objects, see some of the trigger objects that I've used. Like, my first team had it was like a black box. I wish that Alex was here. A black box, and it had a Buddha on it. And it was amazing the amount of spirits were fascinated with the Buddha. And I'm like, that's actually quite mental. Any trip, I mean, some so civil, like money or rattles or whatever, it's amazing the response that you get.
Yeah, a bit like putting a pound coin in front of one of us Scotsmen, isn't it? Yeah.
See, when we go investigating, I'll bring money with me, and I'll give you money as your trigger object.
No, she's lying. She's lying.
Yeah.
I'll be like chicken feed putting pound coins all the way into the dungeon.
It's just like the bag of sweet you coaxed us into the basement with.
Yeah.
You make me sound like Herbert Happy Family Guy.
Nah.
Nothing wrong with
Eric
swimming in
said-
the dungeon.
Oh, don't you worry, Chrissy. You're not going in the dungeon, hen.
Okay, so I actually did have a question because I'm always.
That's why I think my rainbow would be a good trigger object. It would be. And Nate's laughing.
Oh God, REM pods. Oh God. That was kind of the talk of last night's show too, and I'm not even going into detail. Not going to.
Listen, I don't want to know the sort of REM pods that you guys are going to shows.
All I'm going to say to basically make it family oriented was that it did start out family oriented and obviously paranormal related. And usually our show only goes for like 2 hours. We ended up staying on for an extra hour. And that last hour, oh my God, even under a black and white camera, you could see my face just completely red with everything that was going on with what Adrian and we had Jan on too last night. It was almost a complete disaster. You have to watch the last hour of that show to understand. It was like hell almost.
I'm just trying to work out how a REM pod can't be family orientated.
Well, there is something far more different, dude. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Ian, I think the REM pods you get for Victoria's Secrets or Ann Summers. I think they're made by these sort of REM pods.
Yeah, I don't think they call them REM pods.
What he's trying to say, Ian, is it vibrated?
Oh, have a good bye, Days. I hope you. How old is your daughter, Chrissy?
26.
Oh,
that's all right then.
Okay.
I thought I'd check for. Bye, love. Thanks for coming in.
Oh yeah, Joe was watching it. Yeah, Joe was watching it last night, so he was a witness to what happened. It was definitely off the rails.
Just sometimes like this show, honestly, do you know this is why I love doing these shows, because if I have a guest or I set a subject, it's great because we never stick to one thing. It goes down so many rabbit holes. We're like that.
Yeah. So, Chrissy, what's your favourite piece of equipment?
What a question to ask the lady.
No. You know that dungeon? No, honestly.
I think you've stayed too long in that dungeon, locked up, my love. Oh wow, what happens in the dungeon? Stay in the dungeon. Let's go.
Exactly. Moving on. I think it's just eyes and ears. I haven't got a favourite piece of like electrical equipment, if I can say that.
I'm glad you said electrical, not battery operated.
I don't know where you come up with this. Yeah, it definitely did take a different turn, Eric.
But I'm awful glad behind Chrissy it has advisory explicit.
Yeah, I've just seen that. Yeah. Right. Whew. But yeah, it's definitely eyes and ears. It's my own senses. Yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes that's the best way. I used to be like equipment orientated, but then the equipment wasn't doing it for me anymore, so I just went eyes and ears.
You okay there, Lois? Yeah. Oh.
Oh, behave, listen to me. Hi, Terry,
Yeah.
oh wow. So eyes and ears are always the best.
Don't worry, I'm not laughing with Ian this time.
Oh wow, Chrissie, do you regret coming on that?
It's fine.
I'm crying with laughter. I'll try and keep myself composed. Oh fuck.
So, I actually did have a question of my own now because I thought it would be because it's been such a very long time, Chrissy. You still chat, talk with like Gemma and Dave lately? Like, what have they been up to lately?
I don't, because Gemma had a baby. She hasn't really been that involved in the last couple of years. Dave is normally very involved because he's the co-founder, but he's with the parish council at the minute. So we're all still trying to get together, but it's just when everybody can. So we haven't really been out lately, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We keep saying we're going out, but then something happens and then we don't get to go out. But we'll get there eventually, hopefully.
Yeah, we definitely love to see Entering the Unknown, the actual show, make a comeback eventually. Because you remember, I used to watch it every time you guys they were on, so it was always fun to watch them.
Definitely.
We have a good laugh.
I did miss watching you guys, definitely, because it's nice to watch an actual team that I really, really respect, and I really do have a lot of respect for you guys. Definitely, I always have and always will. Because you're one of the few teams that I do actually watch, and I do really, really like your work. I hope this is off-topic stuff isn't catchy like the flu or a virus, otherwise my show's going to be the...
Oh, gosh,
You're doing it wrong, Lo. Eyes and ears. Dang! You sent me ass again.
Well,
but no, Dave.
No, go ahead.
On you go, Mama.
No, you can go ahead first, and I'll say what I need to say.
the young pup, go first.
Okay,
come on, Yoda.
So to be completely honest on this, I mean, like with what it's actually kind of similar to what Lois just said, but when you guys were running when you guys were actually running the show, I think that really, because that was back during the height of COVID, when a lot of us couldn't really get out and investigate or meet up with other groups or go to events. So the show really that you guys had at that time, it really was able to give me a really good schedule because now I didn't have to, because this was when I was just kind of discovering all these paranormal podcasts. So seeing that your show, well, Gemma's show, because I know she was more of the runner of it, seeing her show air on Tuesdays, it really created a good schedule for me, and it kept me going during that entire time of isolation. So, I know I'm 3 years late for it, but I seriously cannot thank you guys enough because I really wouldn't know what I would do like after I came back home from work and had nothing else to do. So if Gemma was here, I definitely would say thank you. Well, say thank you for you though, at least.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it gave me something to do as well. Obviously I was classed as a key worker, and it would just it was my relaxing time just to watch that and get involved in that. So, but anyway, thank you. It was it was good while it ran. Gemma's very intelligent and she's very good at what she does. So she asked the right questions, and
Yeah.
then Dave backed her up, and it did flow really well. It was really good.
I must admit, I really do miss talking to Dave. So
Yeah.
I do, because he's a very, very knowledgeable guy. And it'd be good to see he's definitely back on the road again. But I think if COVID's, well, I shouldn't have said that because I'll probably get his fucking struck now. Because right now YouTube's coming down really hard if you mention the C word. So sorry, Jeremy York. I know you're the staff of a band, so you might get another ban in the post. But it really did affect everybody, and I think doing these podcasts as well. And obviously, when it comes to the end of December, the 22nd of December, obviously there'll be no shows for us guys for 2 weeks. But I'm starting to. I'm going to do one in the middle. The 2004 tsunami, but it's also a check-in for people that obviously don't have MD around that time of year. So at least if you're taking in and gaining them a show, as Nick says, like you guys helped him during that season. So it's like, obviously, I'm doing the same during. Mark says we did start having guests till StreamYard. I think StreamYard's out during really made a big difference in podcasting.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
So is Facebook and that word too. It's horrible. I mean, it's amazing in Facebook what you've got to watch, but you say you can't say this, you can't say that. I don't know how many times I've been banned. Seriously.
I'm surprised. You know what? Like I just said, for example, earlier with that show Ghost Hunt Down, some of the things that they said, I'm surprised they weren't banned either for it.
Yeah, and you had to say one word. Yeah, it would have been off air very quickly.
That's the other thing too. That's the other thing too. I often wonder too, whatever happened with Chris and Jane, because they've disappeared too. Like no one knows what the hell happened to them. Like I don't know if you remember. Like earlier this year, I wrote on their page like, was anyone? Because it got to a point where I was literally like thinking to myself, should probably go check on them. See, because we haven't heard from them in so long. And when I posted on the wall, it was like no one knew what they've just like vanished.
Yeah, they literally have just vanished. I know they moved, didn't they?
Yeah, they moved down to Wales, I remember.
Yeah, and then that was it. They moved, and then nobody's heard from them since.
Last show I remember they did was when they did the New Year's special, which sadly that one's no longer up. That one's gone. There's still a few like previous episodes are still online, but unfortunately a good share of them have disappeared.
Good.
It's a shame, they were funny.
I can honestly say, Joe, I have been banned a good few times. In fact, the funniest ban I ever got was I told a friend of mine I was going to roundhouse kick him, and Facebook gave me a 3-day ban for violence. And then obviously I've got Willow, so I posted as Willow that I had been banned. So the next thing you know, somebody's commented on mine and said, what have you been banned for? And my pal rolled up with, she got banned for saying she was going to roundhouse kick me, and then he got a 3-day ban for violence.
See, I'm like, actually going to relate. Wow, since 2005. Wow.
Holy shit.
I didn't get my Facebook until 2009, and I could still relate to Joe. I've never been on Facebook jail. Oh, wait.
I was like, holy shit, where did it go? I was about to say, it comes in here. Well, I can't say that you were late today because you were actually early, so I can't turn around and say that bastard was late. No, he's leaving early.
You guys, I was just waiting for that moment to do that.
He's like, for you, bye. But no, I mean, Facebook's getting quite salty and what you say and what you can't say, and it's getting really, really petty. Do you know what? We live in a society now where you've got to watch what you say because how people will take it is getting really, really bad.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no sort of freedom of speech anymore.
Oh no.
And it doesn't
Well,
matter
they-
also like it doesn't seem to matter also like where you're from, like even for where I live, it's probably even more stricter over here. I can't say for sure, but it's like you just can't say anything, like even if it's something simple in this day and age. Like the simplest minor infraction, you're banned from it then.
Oh god. Well, really, see if you look at it, we really are lucky compared to somewhere like China, where their internet searches get read and watched and monitored. I couldn't be bothered with that shit. They wouldn't like what I Google. They'd be like, what the hell?
We don't even want to know what you Google, let alone China.
Listen, as I honestly had to tell you what I've been looking up for you recently, you got a shock, my son. I've been up to put you in the hospital. Well, last year was always banned longest 3 months, so that's why I've got Willow. It's great being on Willow because see the amount of people you see that's banned you and Lois. Wonderful.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna just say this. Perhaps the reason why they've never put me in Facebook jail, I always made sure to escape by jumping on the canoe and rowing away.
No, what it is. It's because you write beautiful speeches and like that. We actually like this guy. What a guy.
What a guy.
Those speeches I make are not easy to write, as you could very well imagine. That actually takes me like for example, my holiday music posts that I write. Those take sometimes almost 3 days to put together. Because I really got to try to think from scratch when I try them, because I want them to be meaningful, and I also don't want to make it look like I'm repeating myself every single time. And also, and I know I'm going to do this obviously as we get closer to Christmas, I even want to give a very touching feeling, to make it look and sound emotional at the same time. So those posts I often make really goes to show I have something to say. And it's usually something very special for the entire paranormal community worldwide.
Well, I tell you what, Nick, see if I needed you to write me a love letter. I'm coming to you, son. You're first on my list, Nick. You've got to help me with words. I just don't have the words.
But no one would believe you wrote it because Nick's not as perverted as you.
Anyway, that talk, Mr. Varro, and I will send you what I sent you last week.
Oh no, please. Yeah, that just sums it up, really, doesn't it?
Well, not me. I'm an angel.
Yeah, right.
So does
Okay.
I'll give up now.
That leads me now to the next question, Lois, because you said I'd be the first one for you to see. Does that mean we're still going up to North Carolina?
You and me, baby. We're going to North Carolina.
Yeah, don't bring her back, Nick.
Got you there, Lo. Definitely. Chrissy, obviously you don't know about the North Carolina joke. Me and Nick were talking about Strangest Laws, right? We were going to do a show about Strangest Laws in the world. And I read, right? And I'm going to use Nick, Ian as an example, because I love watching his face change when I start talking. So me and Ian decide to have an affair. Right? So then we go to see watch them. I love watching them squirm. It's great. It's brilliant. So then we go to North Carolina, and Ian doesn't want to know about us, right? So he books us in as Mr. and Mrs. Barrow. So
Well, that'd be
obviously,
consider this my name.
and shut up. So in North Carolina, if you have an affair and you go in as Mr. and Mrs., that's you legally married in North Carolina.
What?
Yeah, she looked it up. She looked it up.
What kind of weird fantasy is
It's
that?
not
You
a
don't want to
fantasy,
be my
it's a-
mind, Eric?
It's not a fantasy, it's a reality.
Oh.
Don't tell him that. Fuck, he'll not come back next Friday.
Yeah. I'll be changing my surname and not telling you what it is.
I'll go and message him and I'll be blocked. I'll be blocked.
It's Mr. Canoe.
But I hope you've had fun, Chrissy.
I've had loads of fun, thank you. My cheeks hurt, and these ones.
Yeah.
I mean, these ones.
These- If your bum cheeks started to hurt, I'd be fucking worried what's going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you probably sent her that picture you sent me.
What?
Don't
You don't. Do you know what, Chrissy? I'll send you the same picture and don't you worry.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Look forward to it.
Look at Ian. Watch his face turn red.
Yeah.
it wasn't a space.
Oh wow, what a show. Oh. But I know that you are having to go shortly, Chrissy, but I just want to thank you for coming. It's been a long time overdue.
It has. It has.
Definitely, and we definitely need to video call each other more, because honestly it's been a cracking night with you, Chrissy, seriously.
do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
One
It's
thing
been
for sure is we
lovely. It's been a good night, and thank you very much for inviting me on.
You're very, very
definitely
welcome,
need
my
to
darling.
reconnect. Yeah,
And I get
Yeah.
definitely good talking to you again, Chrissy.
get to see this man there. Am I pointing the right way? Yeah.
Yep.
Mr.
Yeah,
Canoe.
I got just one final memory, just real quick, from Ghost Hunt Down, by the way. And this is one thing that, again, Lois, Ian, and Bri, you guys would have loved this if Ghost Hunt. Well,
You're very welcome, Alison.
watch one of the repeated episodes. But one of my favorite moments to Ghost Hunt Down, hopefully I got the voice to this, is that one special segment, Paranormal Dub of the Week.
What
Oh,
you like,
God.
Mister? What do you like? But Chrissy, you want to tell people where they'll find you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Yeah, just wander around Blackpool, and you'll bump into her.
Chrissy!
Hello.
Yeah, you got people trying to meet you, like just peeking in the windows, like, oh wait, no, this isn't her. Next.
Terry says, how to start a weekend. Terry, you always know when you come on to my show, you never get disappointment.
Oh dear. We are on Facebook, Entering the Unknown Paranormal, and Amazon Prime and YouTube.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And they're definitely well worth the watch, guys, without a shadow of a doubt. Full respect to
you.
you guys, full respect. Send my love to Dave and Andy.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to mention tomorrow night, guys, Simply Spooky Events is doing an event at Skegness at the Village Church Farm, I think it's called. It's the Dark Mirror Boys are going to be there. It's a ghost hunt. You can have something to eat with them. Definitely, if you're wanting tickets are available just now. I would be snapping them up like a crocodile. Contact myself, Viv, or even message the page, guys. But definitely, it's well worth going. Definitely.
£30 a ticket.
£30 a ticket there, Bri. I wasn't sure if it was 30 or 40. I couldn't remember. £30 a ticket. That is, hey guys, for what you are getting for that is a really good deal. And Terry Tuberly says a great place. But we will cut it here, guys, because Chrissy needs to go to work. But thank you very much, Chrissy, without a shadow of doubt.
Yeah, thank you,
We'll get
guys.
you on
Very welcome.
some point next year. But I want to thank everybody that's watched tonight and have a good weekend. Make sure you are all behaving. Hell fucking go rebel. Hiya, Sarah. Bye, Sarah. But definitely take care, guys. See you later.
Good night, everyone.